Super Mario Brothers shirt. Like, we'd be going past this huge animatronic butterfly that's so beautiful, and she'd be like, Mama, Mario on his shirt. Like,
he has something in common with
she's
him.
obsessed, bro.
But yeah, I think that's where the misinformation lies, because you see the Ninja Turtles and shit, you think, oh, it's all these old ass painters from the 1700s and shit, like Michelangelo, Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and all the rest of these motherfuckers.
Master Splinter.
He was not an artist, he was just a rat. But Picasso wasn't crazy. He didn't cut off his ear. He didn't cut off his ear like Michelangelo and shit like that or whatever. Like in his later years, this motherfucker was fucking balling. He was rich and he had lots of bitches. So I mean, he was.
That's why I had lots of bitches.
Right, because he was rich. Exactly.
And he was an asshole.
And he was an asshole. And like to paint.
He don't know how to make a face.
Nude 14-year-olds. But anyway, yeah, Picasso wasn't broke. He didn't go crazy, anything like that. He died of old age at the age of 91. So he didn't kill himself like some of these artists do. I mean, he even clowns. He was clowning like the. What is it called? The one artist that not isolationist. That sounds white supremacy. Anyway, it's a form of art. I can't remember what it's called right off the top of my head, but he was like one of the chicks that he was fucking for a long period of time. Not his baby. So he had, like, in this show they focus on a few bitches. Like, they focus on the early woman that he was fucking, that I told you was trying to not really blackmailing, but Kobe Bryant him and shit, sell the archives and shit. They focus on that. And then they focus on, he got a baby mama and shit, but then he got a mistress with his baby mama. And they fight in the show. It shows them they fight a couple of times, the mistress and the baby mama. But then the girlfriend of the mistress of the baby mama shows he starts fucking this bitch who's like 21 and shit. And that's the thing. It is like, oh my god.
You know what I hope happens? What I'm thinking happens, like, in my head? Like, somebody is like, man, I got this art history final. Like, I gotta write this huge essay on an artist. But I don't even want to think about that. Let me listen to this episode of Beyond Serious real quick.
Don't do that shit.
And then they're like, oh shit.
Don't do that.
I'm about to do Picasso.
It's horrible. See,
you might have just given someone an A.
See, that's the picture of Gertrude Stein. Art is subjective. I get it. Like, if I see this shit, it's okay. It's not this painting.
I can tell it's a woman. Like, sure. I can't paint like that.
It's good. Is it worth $350 million? I don't think so. That's how much it's worth now. And then this is in his ultimate cubism. Lots of bitches. I see a couple of titties, no nipples. What the fuck? It looks like a third grader could have done this shit. Yeah, that's worth like $175 million. It's right now in the Museum of Modern Art here in New York City.
Listen, you should see the drawing I did of Bianca Belair when I was really trying.
All right.
No, I'm legit pulling it up.
See, that's Picasso again. I don't know why he was a pimp, but he was. But anyway, good show. Watch it. My back, I'll get better eventually, hopefully someday. And that's all I got. You got any news?
Of course.
All right.
Arrested. Felix Verdejo, a pro boxer who fought for Puerto Rico in the 2012 Olympics, is going to be charged with the murder of Keishla Rodriguez and her unborn child.
Is that the Mexican Kesha?
I mean, it looks like Keisha, but there's an L in it. But I'm pretty sure. Okay, so when I took Spanish, you pronounce everything. So I feel like it's K.
Okay, I shouldn't have asked.
After Felix picked her up in an SUV, punched her multiple times, injected her with a syringe of substances, tied her to cement, threw her off a bridge, and shot at her on the way down.
God damn.
A witness who claims to have been there through the ordeal says he first got involved when Felix asked for his help in terminating the pregnancy.
Okay.
So there was another person there.
He obviously didn't like this person. There's
I
so.
feel like she was pregnant with his baby, and he didn't want a baby.
It sounds like she was pregnant with Damien, and he didn't want a fucking demon seed. There's so many levels of fucking like, it's one thing if you argue about having an abortion, okay, whatever. It's another thing if you whoop a woman's ass because you wanted to have an abortion. It's another thing if you whoop her ass, tie cement blocks to her, and then throw her in the river or the lake or whatever. It's a super duper another thing if you do all of the above and then shoot at her on the way. You shoot this lady got cement blocks, beat her unconscious, cement blocks, and you still gotta take shots. That's some serious hate right there.
That's fucked up is what it is. I can't even imagine. Like, you're pregnant, you're going through all these emotions, you're excited to have this baby, and you're going through this whole fucking...
Here's the thing.
Like, I cried, like, I ain't even gonna lie. I read this story last night, and I was crying during Raw.
Okay, here's the thing. What he did was horrendous. It was horrible. At the same time, the effort that was put in, I mean... That's cartoon. Oh, that's some Picasso type shit. Why? That is great.
I was trying to draw Bianca Belair.
All right, that's close.
I'm not good at drawing, but I was trying.
At least you didn't do a blackface. But anyway, the commitment that he went, like I said, that's cartoon type violence. When you wrap people's, when you put cement blocks on somebody, throw them in the river after they beat unconscious, and then you start shooting at them on the way down. That's past mafia level type shit. That's Wile E. Coyote type shit right there. So
this poor goddamn woman. She just wanted to have a baby, and she gets abducted. First hit, then he injects her with some shit no one knows what it is.
It's probably Kool-Aid. Here's the thing.
He ties her up. I cannot even imagine.
Like I said, I don't condone what he did. At the same time, you gotta commend the commitment to how he wanted to destroy this woman's life. Like I said, it was just like literally your worst enemy. You would do. I mean, that's some shit. Anyway. Now, I will say this about what did this happen in Puerto Rico? Mexico? He had a Hispanic name, so close enough.
I'm not exactly sure.
I will say this about the Hispanic, Mexican, Cuban, Dominican Republic boxers. The majority of the really good ones, either it ends in them committing murder or it ends in them getting murdered. So if you look at I'm like, what's his name? I'm drawing a blank now, but there's literally like 7 or 8 of them off the top of my head if I could remember their names, to where it's been tragic. It's ended in murder one way or the other. Whether Diego Corrales, Google his name, he got murdered. What's the one? Not Fernando Tatis is a baseball player.
She was only 27. Like, she only wanted to have a baby.
Yeah, like I said,
I can't think of like a more fucked up way to go.
Well,
like, I don't know when she lost consciousness. Hopefully, right at the beginning.
But once again, it goes to the fact that, like I said, no excuse for what this person did. I mean, he gets a fucking gold star for the horrifity. Is that a word? For the horrific act. But at the same time, ladies, in the future going forward, whether it's anybody that takes blows to the head, and I'm not saying, I'm not using this as my OJ defense going forward in the future. If we have a Nicole Brown situation. No, I'm not saying that. I would never murder anybody. But anybody...
We gotta give him a pass, ladies and gentlemen. He's in pain. He's on medication.
But yeah, I'm not on medication. I wish I was. But anybody that takes blows...
That was your pass, motherfucker.
But takes blows to the head, whether it's football player, we've seen, the football player that just murdered 5 people, mass murder or shit like that. Plenty of time. Whether it's football player, MMA fighter, boxer...
Wrestler.
Wrestler. We've seen that before as well. Yeah, that's 50-50, man. Yeah, I mean, you go with a like if you're trying to score payday, either dig up Pablo Picasso, find a painter, or go baseball, basketball route. I mean, because if you go with somebody that takes blows to the head, you have a 50-50 chance that you might survive that relationship. it's going to end.
Like, we don't even know that she was asking for a payday. Maybe she loved him.
No, I'm not.
He left her when she got pregnant. Maybe
Right.
she just wanted to have this baby and didn't give a fuck about him or what he does or anything, and was like,
No,
I want this child and I'm gonna raise this child.
I'm not saying.
And then look,
I'm not saying that
that's
she
so
was.
fucked up.
I'm not saying that she was a gold digger. I'm saying that this motherfucker, multiple contusions to the head. Obviously, he wasn't thinking correctly in murdering this lady. Just like
when they found her, they had to identify her by dental records.
and she wasn't even burnt up. So that's
That's like fucked up. And she just wanted to be a mother.
there's some issues there, but it's a tough break.
I'm like over here crying. You're like, tough break.
My back hurts.
I know. Okay.
I wish I could get thrown off a bridge and shot at it.
Get well soon. Will you please get your Google machine ready?
Sure.
Because I need to know who this person is.
All right.
Chris Clancy